My pretentious stepmother made a waitress cry, so I ruined her relationship with my dad. Dad came into town to visit my brother and me for a few days and brought my French stepmother, Gabrielle, with him. Gabrielle is notoriously picky/critical when it comes to food. You know, the stereotypical snooty and rude French character in movies/books who always complains that is not how this is done in France? She's this way when it comes to food. Going out to eat with her is embarrassing. She constantly sends back food, is insistent on food being made a certain way and always demands certain things done a certain way. One time, she asked the waiter to bring some mustard to the table. Not 2 minutes later, she called him back because the mustard is old, bring us a new unopened bottle. More than once, I've had to apologize to the wait staff on my family's behalf and told the manager that I will vouch for them should Gabrielle leave a bad review on their site. She's made waiters and managers cry. She's that bad. Honestly, I have no idea why Dad puts up with her when she does that, even though I know he's just as embarrassed as Mark and I are. When they got here yesterday, for some reason, they insisted they wanted to go out to dinner. Dad recommended our new favorite diner, which is known for its breakfasts at any time of the day. It's a greasy spoon in every sense of the word, right out of the 1950s. Every leather booth filled with truckers or locals, waitresses who automatically know their regulars' orders by heart and don't put up with crap from anyone. A bustling kitchen, and while spotless, is just worn enough to let you know many people have been there. It may not look like a 5-star restaurant. It has some of the best breakfasts you're ever going to eat. I was hesitant to take Gabrielle there if only because I didn't want to ruin the staff's stay. Mark and I have been there enough times that the waitstaff/cooks know us. However, Dad wanted Gabrielle to experience a true American classic and was offering to pay. Luckily, we got there during a not really busy time, so I told Dad to find a parking spot and I would go in to get us a table. The reason I did this was so I could warn the staff about Gabrielle and apologize in advance for anything she did. Fortunately, our usual waitress, Mary, thanked me for the warning and warned the rest of the staff. We go in, get our booth, and Gabrielle tries pulling her usual stunts. I won't go into everything she did because we'll be here forever, but I'll leave a highlight reel. Gabrielle sent Mary back 3 times with the coffee because, in order, it was too cold, it was too hot and not enough cream. Finally, Mary just slapped the coffee pot on the table along with the cream/sugar and told Gabrielle to make do because she wasn't going back to get her damn coffee. This made Mark and me chuckle and Gabrielle steam. While waiting, Gabrielle decided to accost a waitress who had just started working there and tell her to get some fresh biscuits. Poor Stephanie does as told, and then Gabrielle makes a fuss about the packets of butter not being soft enough, despite Stephanie explaining that all the butter was kept cold for safety reasons. Gabrielle made a snide remark about how Stephanie couldn't wait 5 extra minutes to let the butter soften, which made Stephanie tear up and me about ready to tell Gabrielle to go F a French chef if food was that important to her. When our meals did arrive, Gabrielle was quiet during the meal, not making comments. I was unsure what was going to happen as a result. Either she really liked it or she was planning some nasty barb. When Mary dropped off the bill, Gabrielle took it before Dad could and said she was paying. Because I was sitting next to her, Gabrielle left a big fat 0 in the tip line and left a note about it's cute that American chefs think they're good cooks when they've never stepped in a real kitchen before. Prove me wrong before. Closing the little book, the receipt came in and hiding it so nobody else could see what she wrote. I was pissed when I read that note and was about ready to slap Gabrielle. I know the chefs/servers who work at this particular diner learned their skills on the job and, if you ask me, they have every right to be as proud of their work as someone who went to culinary school would be. I took out $100 using the at the moment at the diner and gave it to the staff as a tip along with an apology for her behavior, embarrassed and angry. Fortunately, they didn't hold it against us and told me that Mark and I were always welcome back. I also decided I was going to get back at Gabrielle. There was a benefit to this lockdown. During this time, bored out of our wits and wanting to better our skills, Mark and I have been binge-watching cooking videos online and practicing. I'd say we've become quite good. We know how to smoke our own bacon, cure corned beef, make creamy scrambled eggs and bake flaky croissants. When we got home, I told Mark my plan and he was grinning ear to ear. The next day, while Gabrielle and Dad still slept, Mark and I got up early and got right to work. We prepared scrambled eggs, home-cured/smoked bacon, biscuits and a fruit salad. Dad woke up early and smelled the breakfast, waking up Gabrielle by saying that the kids were making breakfast. Dad came downstairs first and Mark asked him to set the table. Gabrielle came down as we were finishing up and she sat down, not offering to help. While Gabrielle commented about how it smells just like a restaurant she went to in France and couldn't wait to taste everything, Mark and I served Dad in our plates before putting everything back. Gabrielle looked at us, confused. I looked at her. Oh, I thought you were going to a French cafe for breakfast, I said. You did write on the receipt at the diner that you thought it was cute Americans think they're good cooks if they haven't set foot in a real kitchen and you wanted someone to prove you wrong. Dad looked at Gabrielle, his eyes wide as all the color drained from Gabrielle's face. You wrote what? Well, hop to it, I said, sitting down. Enjoy your French breakfast with your French chefs. Gabrielle's face reddened before she left. I don't know if she was embarrassed or angry, but we were able to have a nice breakfast without any of Gabrielle's complaining. She did come back after getting breakfast and has been nice and quiet all day. Later that evening, her and Dad had a big fight. I have a feeling that relationship is going to end very soon.